Good evening, everyone. It is 6 o'clock, and we have been following breaking news in Madeira since about 3:30 this afternoon. We are expecting an update from officials at any moment, but for now, let's bring you up to speed with what we know to this point. This is the scene of a plane crash. It's a twin-engine Piper aircraft. That plane hit a home on Rollymead Drive, and the fire chief confirms to 9 on your side that the pilot is dead.
And let's give you a little better understanding here of where this is. This is in Madeira, not far off from where Kenwood Road and Shawnee Run Road actually meet. You can see the indicator on your screen here. That home itself, again, on Rollymead Avenue.
Now, we have heard from neighbors and officials at the local and federal level. We have a team covering the story. So we want to begin with Jake Ryle. He has an update on where the scene stands right now. Jake.
Yeah, guys, we're expecting a press conference at 6 o'clock. So far, we have not seen officials coming out, but we do know neighbors have talked to us over the past hour to 2 hours or so, and they have been shocked for the most part. This is not something that happens in their neighborhood from what we talked to people, but we had a chance to speak with the guy who called 911. He and another woman were the first two people that actually saw that crash. He said he had never seen anything like it. Now that we do know this happened at 3:18 with a plane down. This was in 6548 Rollymead. Twin Piper down in the backyard. You're able to see it there in the backyard in a portion of the home. The plane was on fire, and residents and neighbors said that they saw heavy smoke pummeling from the ground. And folks and officials were able to get here about 6 or so minutes later. Now, as far as the investigation is concerned, it's off to NTSB as well as the FAA. But right now, it's all about securing the scene to make sure that the evidence is preserved.
It struck what was an addition to the home, a family room addition to the home, and it's taken out about half of that room. And then it struck hard on the front edge of the aircraft, so that part of the aircraft is destroyed.
Now, just to recap, we do know one person has died, that being the pilot. That is according to the fire officials on scene. We are expecting to hear an update from them. Now, you did just hear that the plane crash did take place inside of a home. Nobody at home was home at the time of the crash. We do know everybody is accounted for, as well as the two dogs that were inside as well. Now, we are expecting to hear from officials here on the scene. They were supposed to be coming at around 6. We'll hopefully provide that for you here on WCPO as well as on WCPO.com. Guys.
All right, Jake Ryle, thanks so much. So being in a residential area, some folks heard that crash. Other folks saw the aftermath. Kristen Swilley has reaction from those in the area. Kristen.
Yeah, good evening, Tanya. We've been gathering a lot of reaction from people throughout this neighborhood. Obviously, as you said, not something that people here were expecting when they woke up this morning, and we talked to some people who were really just feet away, who live feet away from where this crash actually took place, including a neighbor who lives directly behind the home that the plane crashed into. You'll hear from him in just a moment. We were hearing a lot more emotion from the people out here who are a little bit closer to this, who live a little bit further down the street, kind of walking up, sharing pictures and videos, but also just being very grateful that their neighbors were not inside the home at that point. Again, we were able to see much clearer information about the plane itself and the home, and just a better picture of what the scene is like. We're obviously being kept several hundred feet back at this point, so we've been able to get a lot more insight on how things were in the immediate aftermath of that crash. I did talk to a man named Carter Wade. He is the neighbor who lives directly behind this home. He called 911, and he took some of the video that I tweeted out a little bit earlier, and here's what he had to say.
As I went towards the scene, and it was smoking at that time, and they told me to not go near it, and then flames erupted, and it didn't take long to be engulfed.
Now, he said he does communicate with those neighbors, doesn't know them terribly well, but they're both families with two dogs, so they see each other, they wave, they're friendly. He's just very glad that they were not inside the home at that time, obviously. So we will have much more for you coming up in our later newscast. Reporting live in Madeira, Kristen Swilley, 9 on your side.